A Hard Story Productions does not endorse the belief statements or judgments of its guests. We simply provide an environment and a platform for people to speak their truth.
Quest, no stress. Red light, hard left. Unfazed, unimpressed. I ain't paying up to trip a motherfucker. You could be my guest. Motherfucker, you could be my guest. Motherfucker, you could be my guest. Motherfucker, you could be my guest. Motherfucker. Okay.
And so today, speaking of the truth, we have Miss Jane Smart, who is an interracialist. She's a very special guest today for many, many reasons. For one, because she has the pleasure of being our first guest on our first show, episode 1. For 2, she's my mom. And for 3, she's an interracialist. And I know you guys are asking, what the heck is an interracialist, right? Well, for myself growing up as a mixed child, my mother is white and my father is black. I had a lot of questions. And so many of those questions were for my mom because she was the only one around. And so I would often ask, why did you have to have me black? Do you remember me asking you that?
Yes.
Yeah, so, and I kind of remember like being a little angry asking that question, like, why the heck do I have to be black with this hair and this skin color?
You wanted straight hair like I had.
Yeah, right. So I remember my mom's answer, though, clearly, growing up numerous times, more than once. Her answer was always the same, that she felt she needed to have mixed children to populate the earth with mixed children so that one day you wouldn't be able to tell the difference in races. Everybody would be one race.
Just like the Indians, they mixed in with the whites and stuff. So, we're all, the world, America is a melting pot. It has been all my life that I know.
Right.
So what difference does it make? If we were all blind, we wouldn't know who we were talking to anyway.
Right. Well, excuse me, let's talk about that. But before we do, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Jane Smart. I've always been smart. I just now have the title. I was born and raised in Houston, Texas. And in those days, it was very, very, very prejudiced. And my mother and I never got along. She was against the black race. Well, she was a conservative and I'm a liberal. So we clashed heads a lot.
So where are you from?
Houston, Texas. I was born and raised there.
Okay, and then you had how many sisters and brothers?
I have one half brother and one sister.
Okay, so I have a half uncle and an auntie.
Well, I think your auntie is dead, if Melissa was telling the truth.
Well, yes, my auntie did just recently pass away.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, growing up, I had a half an uncle and an auntie.
Right.
But I thought you had, that was your mom that had a lot of sisters and brothers.
Yeah, there was 16 in her family. Twins died at birth, so 14 lived. But they lived on the farm, and they needed the kids. My mother only went to the 6th grade because they needed the kids to work in the field and to do the house chores and stuff.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, so in a nutshell, not going too deep into it, but tell me a little bit about your childhood growing up. How was that?
Terrible.
So were your parents racist? How did they feel about black people?
My dad wasn't around. He left when I was 6 months old.
Mm.
My mother was very racist.
Okay, so my grandmother was very racist.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Lordy. She used the N-word all the time, and I used to tell her to stop that. I don't want her to do that. I mean, she can feel the way she wants, but don't push it on me.
Did you get in trouble when you would correct your mother? Because that was what year? I mean, I don't think you were allowed to talk how the youngsters talk today.
It was
to their
in the
parents.
50s.
Okay.
No, I know. Mother didn't like it, but that's the way I felt. And I told my mother, I said, Mama, there is no way that you can tell me that you're in the Mojave Desert and you need a drink of water so bad, and there's a black man in front of you with a bucket of water and a dipper. You can't tell me you won't drink out of that dipper.
Oh, and what she said?
She had no answer. No, none whatsoever.
So why do you think you were not racist? Why do you think?
I don't know. I don't see color. What's inside of you?
But you have to see color. You have to see the fact that we're black.
Well, yeah. You're not black, you're mixed.
Well, you have to see the fact that black people are black, and regardless, according to the government,
no,
black.
that's what they say. But that's not true. And I used to write on every school thing that you had, they would have racist, and I would go down there and I would put you as mulatto.
Which is now known to be a disrespectful term. You know that, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, in the dictionary, a mulatto is a donkey.
I'm 76 years old. Give me a break.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm telling you. Nowadays, you know, you know how they discover, oh, well, that's a messed up thing
Well,
to say.
mixed. I used to put mixed or mulatto because you weren't black, you weren't white, you were a mixture.
Right. Okay, so you grew up in Texas in a racist family. Your mom and dad, stepdad, after dad left, were all racist.
Oh, my stepdad was on the police department, the sheriff's department. He made captain before he retired, and he was the worst man on earth. I've seen him take men to prison and take his billy club and beat the hell out of them.
Were they white or black, or it didn't matter?
It didn't matter.
Oh, okay. Did you ever see him like overly aggressive just for no reason with black people?
You know, I wasn't around him that much.
Oh.
He didn't live with us. He lived with his parents.
Your stepfather?
Yeah.
Oh.
My mother was in love with him. She really was. That was the love of her life.
But they didn't live together. That was his choice, I'm assuming.
Well, he was a mama's boy.
Okay.
So
tell me about when you were younger. I think that we talked about this pre-show. There was a situation one time where there was an empty space on the bus next to somebody black, and
no, I had a black boyfriend. My mother didn't know it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we never went out or anything, but we would talk. We liked each other. And he worked at the bowling alley.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would go and meet him at the bowling alley, and we'd get on the bus, and I'd sit at the back with him. Because in those days, the blacks sat at the back.
Mm-hmm. Well, Texas was Jim Crow still, so slavery was over, but you guys had Jim Crow.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it was horrible.
So you sat down at the back of the bus with the black person, and then what happened?
I don't know. I never saw him again. And it hurts me to this day because I hope that they didn't kill him. You know, because they did that.
Your boyfriend. You think maybe your dad, because he was a sheriff, maybe.
No. This was before she married my stepdad.
Oh, okay. So what do you think happened to him then? Your boyfriend?
I think they strung him up.
Who, though? Who would do that? Who knew you?
White men. They see you with doing that. Somebody on the bus probably saw me sitting with him, And then they wanted to get other whites to kill him. And it hurts me to my heart because I hope that didn't happen.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to put him in any danger. I wanted to prove something to people. It doesn't rub off.
Mm-hmm.
You can sit next to a black person. It's okay. My mother and I, one day we went downtown and we got on the bus and there was one seat on the bus and it was by a black lady. And I out of courtesy, I was raised this way. Mama, would you like to sit down? No. So she's holding the handrail. I said, well, hell, I'm going to sit down. So I sit down. When we got off the bus, my mother yelled and screamed at me. And I looked at her and I said, Mama, it won't rub off. I mean, you know, it was horrible to me. Because I don't see people like that. What's inside? That's what I look for.
Mm-hmm. So tell when oh that was you were young, so I was just gonna ask, at what age did you realize that you were not attracted to white men, your own race?
Well, my first husband was white.
Mm.
And he used to beat the hell out of me.
Mm.
And I used to pray all the time. I'd sit in the bathroom and I'd sing, please release me, let me go. I don't love you anymore. I just wanted to get out of that situation, which I did.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I said I'd never marry white again.
Just from that one experience?
Yeah, I know. It was just now I realized. And at that time, I said, oh no, I want another white man. Ain't no man gonna beat my ass again.
Mm-hmm.
So I started dating black men. And I liked the black music. I remember when I was a child, my mother's first car she got, she would have country music all the time on. Well, I'd get in before her and I'd switch it to Motown. And it took her a while to realize that I had switched the channel. Then she switched it back there. But I always had Motown music. That was my thing.
Okay. And what else? I mean, I'm trying to figure out still, it just because that what, even as a teenager, did you have white boyfriends?
Yeah.
You did.
Yes, I did.
And they didn't beat you?
No, I know. But we didn't live together either.
I mean, you know what I mean? The relationship with, as a teenager, you had okay relationships with men, right?
I know, but at the time that I got rid of my first husband, I did not want any more to do with a white man. That was it. And I've always been drawn to the black side of life. I love the blues.
Mm.
Oh, yes. And I just, Motown, blues, those were my main listening things. And of course, my mother didn't like it. But
I was going to say, because I know a lot of the youngsters today, or even maybe some my age generation, would say, well, white people make blues and sing blues, but that's today. I know in your day it wasn't as.
No, blacks sang blues in my
and Motown.
day.
Blacks was Motown.
Right.
Whites was big band music, things like that, right?
Right.
So yeah, I just wanted to explain that to our listeners that back in that, what year would have that been? We're telling your age here, but it's okay. You look good.
I'm 76. I don't care if people know that.
So those days, your teenager days would be what, 19?
Let's see, I was born in 46.
Ooh.
56, I was 10.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
66,
You were 20.
I was 20. I left Texas when I was 18.
Okay. So in the 60s.
Yeah.
The late 50s.
I was 18 in 64.
And that's when you left. No, you left at 16.
No, I left home at 16, but I didn't leave Texas till I was 18. I knew I was legal then to leave. And I came to California, and I've been here ever since. You were born in Burbank, and my grandbaby was born in Lancaster.
Mm. So why was it important for you when? Because I assume you have another child. I know that's all white.
Yes.
Okay. And then your second child is mixed, myself. And so why was it so important for you to have a mixed child?
You know what I wanted? I wanted you to look like Sophia Loren with the tint on the skin. I think that's beautiful. And that, like, when you would say that in school, they would call you Crispy Crisp. I told you, I said, honey, most of them white folks sit out all summer just to be your color. So you got a natural tan, strut it. And I think that's a beautiful color. That's what I was trying to achieve with you, and I think I've done so.
Yes. Okay.
You're a very beautiful woman. Okay, now. Let's not get carried away.
So, but when you have I want to talk about, so were you able to teach, and I know the answer to this, but for our viewers, was it easy for you to teach your mixed child both cultures? Did you teach your child both cultures? And if so, I mean, how were you able to do that?
I tried to. I took Afro-American history in college.
Mm-hmm. And that was because you had a mixed child?
Yes, I wanted to know more about what was what. And I used to try different shampoos and stuff on your hair. Mm. Before it was cut, it was straight. Because your grandma on your daddy's side, she's full-blooded French Indian. Mm. And she had the long, black, straight hair. So.
Okay. So how were you, so you weren't able to teach the culture to your mixed child, like how to comb their hair?
I learned the hard way. I learned by experimenting with different things.
And then what about racism? Were you able to teach that to your mixed child? Like, and, well, let's answer that first. Were you able to teach your child about racism because you're white? And, like, was that question? Because, like,
it never came up except for that Crispy Crisp thing. That was it. Other than that, you were treated just like I was treated.
I don't think so. You probably just didn't know. But I wasn't.
Well, you didn't talk to me enough to explain things to me.
Right. Yeah, and I think that subconsciously, now that I'm older, I can say it was probably because, I don't know if you remember me always telling you, oh, you don't understand.
Yes, I do.
And so now...
Oh, you just don't understand.
Right, and now that I'm older, I'm subconsciously, and I'm able to even, like, admit it to myself, it probably had to do with that, because in my eyes, you're white, and you're here. That's why I always said, I want to look like you. How come I can't be blonde hair, blue eyes, look like my Barbie doll?
You know, you hurt me by saying that, because I thought, well, I could have had her white. I could have had her by a white man. And I'm sorry, but I did what I wanted to do at that point in my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right, and that's okay. You're entitled to that, just like your child is entitled to feel how they felt or how they feel. So it's okay as long as you can come to an agreement somewhere in the middle and say, yeah, I feel like this and I feel like this. Okay. But my main reason, for asking that was also to just what I'm trying to explain is, do you think that your child had some disadvantages by being born mixed?
I never thought of it. Mm-hmm. I never thought about that. Mm-hmm. I guess because I never experienced it. Mm-hmm. So I didn't understand. But if you had to talk to me, you need to sit down and talk it out. If you had talked to me about it, then it would have been different.
Yeah, yeah. Well, probably because I didn't, just growing up as a mixed child for me, I see you're white and I feel automatically like you don't understand. You could never understand. You're not the one to talk to about this. Because other things I did talk to you about, drugs, sex. I remember being very close and being able to come to you and talk to you about those things.
Yes.
So, and now that I'm older again and I'm a little woke, I feel like for me, it was because of the fact that I was black and you were white. And you're not going to understand it because you can walk into a place, listen.
Honey, you're half me.
But it doesn't matter when somebody else sees it. For instance, we can both walk into an establishment that's racist or whatever, has their own beliefs, and they're automatically going to come and service you. If they don't know I'm your daughter, I'm just a customer here. I may wait for hours to get service if I get service at all. You understand what I mean? That it's not the same. There's a big difference because of the outside.
Well,
when I walk around, I don't have a sign that says I'm half Jane Smart, I'm half white. All people see is black. And that's how you are treated, is by what people see.
Okay.
So that's what I meant by.
I can understand that.
Right. So that's what I meant by,
But not everybody out there is racist.
Right.
Not all whites are against black.
Right. No, they're not. They're not. So, but what I'm just trying to make aware to people in what I'm saying is that while you're telling your truth, your story, is that it's not the same. And so for a white parent, a white mother, or a white father to feel like their mixed child is not at a disadvantage is blind. They're blind. They are, because you don't send your child out into the world with a sign that says they're half white.
But Melissa, have you ever heard that saying, walk a mile in my shoes?
Yes.
I've never been in your shoes.
Exactly.
But I gave you unconditional love.
Yes, you did, but we're talking about disadvantages in the world.
Yeah, I understand
so that other, and it's not to say what you didn't do. It's for other.
But I never thought about you going through that.
Right. So now it's for younger parents that are watching, tuning in, listening.
Yes.
To learn from your experience, because you're 76 and you've been there and you've done that, and you raised a mixed child, you raised a mixed grandchild. So you've raised a mixed child in two separate generations.
But Darius looks black. He doesn't look mixed.
But my point is that you've raised a black child, because technically we're both black, in different generations, so that you can share your mistakes or your truth, and then the listeners, somebody may hear it and say, oh, well, it is kind of hard for me to teach my black child the black culture because I'm ultimately white. So how can we
read?
How can you better, get that across? And things have changed a lot. This generation is awesome with acceptance as far as gays, blacks, and...
Well, all that's fixing to change with our current GOP magna people.
Here we go with Trump.
They're taking away all of our rights. No abortions now, and we've had those ever since I know. So, and they're coming after gay marriages, the gay people.
It's been about our time here. And thank you for coming on and sharing with us. And I hope to have you again. We can talk about some GOP or whatever it is.
Thanks for having me. And I would love to come back.
Do we have to talk about Trump, though?
Hopefully he's in prison by then. They got to indict him. They're talking about it. DOJ's getting their shit together. They gonna get him.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's a wrap. One thing I do want to do is say thank you to our sponsors, California Performing Arts, and thank you to A Hard Story Productions, And to everyone, Isha Williams behind the live streams. And yes, thank you. Peace. We'll see you again on the next episode of Who Cares?
Motherfucker, you could be my guest. Don't play with me, play with your mama and your Sunday best. She whoop your ass the way I should've when you try me last. Look after school, I pull up to your class and beat your ass. That ain't a threat, fam, it's just the truth.